Guys, big breaking news coming out. Biden's HHS blew $22 billion on migrants, cash for cars, home loans, and startups. Are you serious? It says here a watchdog report reveals HH5 spent $22.6 billion in grants for migrants, covering cars, home loans, and even startup businesses funded by US taxpayers. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. This is just sad. It's sad. And I have a good credit score, and I just got denied Best Buy credit card. Man, my credit score is really good. I got denied Best Buy credit card, but these illegal, they get home loans and even start up businesses, funds to open up their business. Paul Lewis got denied for Best Buy credit card. Man, wow. Well, again, that's a Democrat for you. And I pray that Americans are waking up. Unbelievable. We're going to get to all this here, guys. But before I start, again, for those of you that want to help and support the channel, we do have the Cash App link in the description box and the comments box. If you guys ever want to buy me a cup of coffee to keep me awake, you can support through Cash App. Also, we do have PayPal link if you guys want to support through PayPal. So once again, thank you so much for your support. This is wrong. This is absolutely wrong. Veterans, they can't get any help. I mean, they get food stamp, what, like $10 a month? No lie. No lie. Like $10 a month. This is our tax money. This is our tax money. It should go to us. We shouldn't struggle to get loans to open up businesses. I had to work hard to save up for a down payment to get my first home. I know this is a first time home buyer, stuff like that, but I had to save up so much money. It was hard. It's not easy for Americans to just purchase a home. But illegals could get a home easily? The Office of Refugee Resettlement funneled billions to nonprofits, acting as a magnet for border crossers while losing track of 32,000 young ones. Over 12 billion went to unaccompanied young ones, minors, with whistleblowers exposing unvetted and abusive sponsors. As Donald cracks down on sanctuary policy, ORR faces scrutiny for its counterfeit compassion. Unbelievable. Please share this video. Look, if we are taking care of these people, if we are taking care of the world, we should get something back. We taking care of children. That's what it is. We taking care of the world. We taking care of the world. You know, when you take care of young ones, at the end of the year, you claim them in your tax return. Shouldn't we get something out of it? We could never win. This is why I look up to Christ. I'm so done with all this garbage. I'm so done with all this political stuff. It's just crazy what's going on, taking our money. Enough is enough with all this garbage. This is why Paul said we are foreigners to this world. Our citizenship is heaven. Unbelievable. We've been lied to decades and decades. Meanwhile, these people that run this country, they're worth millions of dollars. They have mansions, they have beautiful stuff. They take care of illegals. Meanwhile, us Americans, welcome back. Well, I don't want to say the name because of the platform, but you guys already know SLAVE. All right, so once again, the Department of Health and Human Service ramped up grants for migrants from 2020 to 2024, which included cash assistance to buy cars, homes, and even build credit for startup businesses, according to a shocking watchdog report that found taxpayers were left on the hook for $22.6 billion. Now, HHS Office of Refugee Resettlement, which came under fire last year for having lost track of 32,000 young ones in the U.S., handed out the high sum to a host of nonprofits, effectively acting as a giant magnet for those crossing the U.S. border and claiming asylum. Auditors from the money monitoring opened the books, revealed exclusively to the Post. Now, tax with settling migrants, asylum seekers, and other refugees in America, ORR drastically increased the number of non-citizens eligible to receive funding over the bulk of Joe, again Biden, term, with more than $10 billion shelled out to the grant receiving organization just in fiscal year 2023. Well, that's the reason why he pardoned himself. There you go. That's the reason why he pardoned himself. Because they know that Donald's coming after them. Now it says here that coincided with all-time records being set for southern border crossing into the U.S. with 2.4 million apprehensions by Custom and Border Protection over the same period. Unbelievable. Justice must be served. There has to be consequences to all this. Non-governmental group biked taxpayers for up to $1.7 billion in services, including dollar-for-dollar matching savings plans for cars, homes, college, education, or startup, small businesses loans of up to $15,000 loan to repair credit history of up to $1,500 cultural orientation, emergency housing support, legal assistance, and Medicaid care. Unbelievable. You know how much is insurance for just one American? It's like $500, and that's the cheapest coverage a month. $500 a month. Meanwhile, they get the free ones. Some programs were only available to migrants or refugees who had been living in the U.S. for several years, who were employed, or who were making around double the federal poverty level or less, among other stipulations. The most funding, however, was spent on unaccompanied migrant young ones, with $12.4 billion obligated over the 5 years, even as federal whistleblowers were calling out ORR for placing many of the 291,000 young ones in their care with unvetted and, at times, abusive sponsors. The shining city on a hill with its walls and doors make room for legal immigrants and legitimate refugees and asylum seekers, but the ORR has made a mockery of that vision in recent years. Open the Book CEO John Hart told the Post. ORR is part of a troubling trend of using nonprofit groups as ideological proxies. Vast sums are being outsourced to evade accountability and prop up an immoral, exploitative system that is hurtful to both American citizens and people in other countries who are longing for a better life. We had someone that was running this land that has done a terrible job. He gave $300 billion to Ukraine. He's given he just completely took care of the world, but left the sleeping giant U.S. citizen behind. Thursday report comes after the agency, FEMA, came under fire for sending around $80 million, subsequently clawed back by Donald administration Tuesday, to put the migrants in NYC hotels and provide other services. More than 2.6 billion went out the door in fiscal year 2020, 2.3 billion in fiscal year 2021, 3.3 billion in fiscal year 2022, 10 billion in fiscal year 2023, and 4.2 billion in fiscal year 2024. The funding tranches were obligated spending, meaning not all the money has been dispersed so far. You guys get the picture. Joe was taking care of the world using your tax money. What do you got back? You got a business? You got a loan to fix your house? I'll tell you what we got back. Here in Florida, we got hit with that hurricane. What, $750 one-time payment? I didn't take it. Number one, I don't need FEMA. Number two, I work hard for my stuff. So, again, I had to fix everything. Did Joe help? No, he didn't help. I tell you who he helped. Ukraine, he helped others. He didn't help, North Carolina, California, Hawaii, Ohio, train derailments, that massive explosion that happened in 2022 or 2023. Again, we had to do our things. I mean, we had to help each other. Because, again, for the past 4 years, we never had a leader. We never had one. Migrants from Cuba and Haiti, humanitarian parolees from Afghan and Ukraine, special immigrants, visa holders from Afghan and Iraq, and unaccompanied minors from abroad were all eligible for grant programs. Meanwhile, those in California are still sleeping in tents. Veterans holding sign, "Please feed me," are sleeping on a bench next to 7-Eleven. The Watchdog group pointed out that the windfall came as ORR was expanding access to legal counsel for migrants and eliminating the need for other non-citizens like refugees to become economically self-sufficient as quickly as possible. Two of the top groups receiving funds in the last 4 fiscal years were Church World Services, which opposed a joint agreement between Joe and Canadian Prime Minister Justin, closing an asylum loophole on the northern border, and the International Rescue Committee. It's been happening for decades. Donald and Elon's exposing it. Since 2020, the former has netted $355 million in grants, while the latter received $598 million, according to the Open the Books report. Robin, the senior HHS official who oversaw the ORR program for solid young ones migrants during some of that period, had previously worked for more than 30 years combined at both nonprofits. In June 2023, Dawn testified to House lawmakers that her office was not even conducting criminal background checks on juveniles as part of the program that let in hundreds of thousands of the young ones and became among the most costly for ORR. Then HHS Secretary Xavier had pushed his staff to release young ones to sponsors as quickly as possible, likening the ideal turnover rate to an assembling line, the NYT previously reported. Hart slammed ORR treatment of young ones, migrant young ones, and said it had revealed the left counterfeit compassion around immigration. Now, losing track of 300,000 young ones violate their dignity and puts them at risk. In his report, Open the Books claim Dunn past work for nonprofits receiving ORR grants pose a conflict of interest. Representative Dawn Marcos' office said in a statement that after being appointed in September 2022, she had rescued herself from approving funding for any past employer. We're almost done with this one here. Open the Books, nevertheless, submitted a Freedom of Information Act request to ORR Parent Office. The administration for the young ones and families were Don Marcos, served until recently. An email bounced back. The group notice suggests she departed government service after Donna took office in January 2025. Now, while Don may have disappeared from ORR, our question remains over whether certain nonprofit organizations receive special treatment amid the billions in grants furnished by the government office, the group report concludes. What's clear is that ORR has funded a constellation of NGOs deployed in border states and nationwide who give out aid designed to attract even more migrants. Representative for HHS did not immediately respond to a request for comment. And ladies and gentlemen, that's where we at. Joe, HHS blew $22 billion on migrants, cash for cars, home loans, and businesses. Meanwhile, poor Hawaii, California wildfire, many people lost their homes. North Carolina, Hurricane Milton and Hurricane Helene, gone. Homes are gone. Florida, we got impacted, gone. What did we get? Here's $700, a $751 time payment. Leave me alone. Unbelievable. I just don't understand. I'm trying to figure out why Americans still going for these Looney Tunes. Why? I just want to shake them like, hey, wake up, man. Unbelievable. You're going for them, but they really don't care about you. They're using you. But I pray that everyone is waking up, because again, Donna and Elon is really exposing a lot of stuff here. Pay very close attention, because for the past decades, you've been used and your money was sent to others. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Please share the video. For those of you that want to give a life to Christ, you can email me. My email is in the description box. Me and my wife are here to help many and to lead many to the righteous path, and that's the path of our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. For those of you that want to send us letters or prayer requests, you can send it to me, US Santiago, or my wife Jessica Santiago at 3432 US Highway 19, number 2, Holiday, Florida 34691. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. God bless you all. Till next time later. Peace.